Hey everybody, this is Grace. There's that green light again. The light bulb's going out and it's green. It's supposed to be more like yellowish orange. And you can't see the turn here because of it being out. Yeah. At least nobody's parked at the end of the road. What a great way to start a video. Now, in this video, I'm going to ask you a question. How many of you in your lifetime, and now I don't agree with this, but how many of you in your lifetime have heard somebody who you think of as a conspiracy theorist, or you see it on TV, or you hear it somehow, some way, you think, it's a bit of a conspiracy there going on, conspiracy theorist type thing. And it's about doctors. Like I say, I don't agree with this. They say that, you go to a doctor, they'll find something wrong with you, even though there isn't anything wrong with you. They'll find it. I heard this again today, and it's why it's on my mind. But I know I have heard people. I'm just driving around the block, get some fresh air, man. But I know I have heard that myself since I was a kid. And when I was a kid, kids listen to their adults, and they're like, really? You go to a doctor and they're going to find something wrong with you, even if it's not, because you're more gullible then. But I was one of those kind of kids that says, why? My favorite question was, why? Why? And so I didn't quite always believe them. I think I learned early on about conspiracy theorists, and just don't believe in them. Well, I haven't had the best of luck with healthcare providers of any sort, because I have a rare health condition that, they don't like, as I learned over the years. They don't really care to have a patient with it. And like the one early last year, about a year ago, told Adam and I, she was throwing a major temper tantrum, which I've seen several times. Different providers, not that one. That was my first time there, my first and only, and did not return. They throw a temper tantrum. She says, well, it makes it harder on me, on her. It makes it harder on her. She actually has to do her job. Oh, shame. And she apparently had a reputation, because later on one of the healthcare providers I was seeing let me know. She goes, I'm sure I know who you're talking about. I said, really? I didn't say the name. I refused to say her name. Don't even remember it now. But I've seen so many. And she said, yeah, I know who it is. Like that. Now, I've had so much trouble. That was not the first time. The first time when I was diagnosed, the hospital sent me to one of that specialists, and she threw a temper tantrum. She threw a major temper tantrum. Imagine, I'm just learning about this, from, the appropriate test and everything. And I'd heard about it before, not in the 1990s. Heard about one from my 7th grade teacher. But, my 7th grade social studies teacher, she was not diagnosing me, but I think she was. Anyway, she told the whole class, like she wasn't talking to me. It was me. And anyway, there was somebody behind me tailgating in this neighborhood, right in front of the kids' school. Yep, it was a Bubba truck. Yes, indeed, with the brights on. Wow, smart. Not. So anyway, gotta have a tailgater at least once every time when I'm out. Anyway, so I've had trouble. I have just had trouble with them, and I'm used to it. I've gotten to the point where I'm desensitized. I don't like that. But anyway, Adam, now he's had one doctor, he says 15, 20 years, however long. Now, I saw that doctor, did not like him at all. He was rude. Adam could, the country he's from, the women are thought of as, they must be quiet. And he decided he was going to let me know that I must be quiet. No, mister. He learned a lesson or several from me You're not going to talk to me like that. Be all sexist. Hey, got your brights on much? Thank you. Wow. People love driving with their brights on. Seems like it. Anyway, gotta have commentary during all my whole video. You know, I just do this for venting. But Adam's older than I. We married over 40 years ago, and he's learning something. He always, he never really doubted me about my experiences, but he, it gets to the point where you're going, really? This much happens? And it's in a way kind of doubting because, oh man, they're not that bad. I haven't had that kind of problem, and he's got to realize he's a man. I'm sorry, I taught this at college and university. My degrees are in psychology and sociology. I taught it at college and university about how the difference between what women experience and men experience, and it can be across the board, no matter the ethnic group. We all know this. We're not stupid. And we live in the real, hopefully, we all live in the real world. It's a different experience for men as it is for women. So most often it's not the greatest for women. And it has not been for me. Just comparing Adam's experiences, what he talks about, and mine, until lately. Yeah. He got older. He's retired now. He retired a few months ago. And as he got older, he has more and more appointments. And with not his doctor. Not the one he's had for 15, 20 years, as he puts it. No. He's having to go to new places, to different types of doctors. Eye, foot, cardiology. I'm getting used to now that that's just how the way life is. You get older and you got all these appointments you have to go to. These different people you have to go for this and that and the other. I don't know if that's it across the board, but for him, that's how he's seeing it. And they're going to refer you to this person and that person and the other person. And he's finding out, you got it. Life isn't so easy. They're not always so nice. And he is actually the one that said today, even if there's not anything, they're going to find something. It was, I guess maybe he was joking, maybe. Because what he has experienced with these, not just those that I mentioned, but with other ones, he's experiencing in is that one of them says, well, no, you don't have that problem. He's in a different network than mine. Oh, that's kind of scary. You see that guy in a black hoodie with it covering his face? Whoa, you're wearing black at night, full black hoodie and all that. But what is Adam experiencing is that they're saying, one of them is saying, well, that's not true. You don't have that problem. And then the other one, a different one that not connected, is saying, well, yes, you do. This is the problem. I'm experiencing it too. I had one dude, and I experienced this. He's experienced this kind of thing. I just had an EKG it was 2 weeks ago. I went to one today, and the office manager said, well, the doctor's going to want his own. These are terminology. Like that one, that specialist I saw last year, a different kind, said she wants her own. And I had just had a CT. This one, it was an EKG. I said, no, I just had it about 2 weeks ago. And she said, well, he's going to want to have his own. I said, why? I told you my question is why. I don't take that. No, because, EKG, with what's going on with me, and I even had, told her this, that getting cold, I can have because whatever's going wrong, I can experience hypothermia and really bad, okay? Because my body temperature goes down, and I talked it over with the correct medical professional. My body temperature goes down really low, just who knows why. I'm just turning on the heater as we speak. But it was not when The last time I had it, it was excruciating aches. And I had been having them for a week or so. I don't know how long. They were awful. And that time I decided, and I pointed this out today. They said, oh, somebody, you know, in medical determined this was the problem. I said, no, I did. I want to point this stuff out. I want it to be known. Oh, you know, no, I want it to be known. Why aren't they? Why aren't they fit? What in the world? You see all these bicycles. I thought it was motorcycles. No, it's bicyclists. It's 6:42 p.m. Okie dokie. But anyway, yeah, I'm just going round and round and round. But I can part pull over here a little bit around the school. I don't like to park near that wooded area over there. Not smart. You know, I taught at college and university. These kinds of things. Don't park near a wooded area. Yeah. Anyway. So I'm experiencing all these things myself. You know, anyway, this EKG. And I'm like, why? You know, I wasn't rude. I wasn't, you know, like, not even that, you know, stern, questionable. She says, well, she, you know, she was the office manager. She said that she was just wanting to see, she had just moved from a new one. She was the new office manager there, and she wanted to see what her employees went through. Okie dokie. She was young, real, you know, it doesn't matter what her age is. Not at all. If you're professional, you're professional. If not, you're not. That's simply how I see it personally. I don't care your age, your ethnic group, whatever. Unless your ethnic group is part of it is to demean women and to say a woman is 50% of that of a man. I've heard this before. I'm not joking. Sociologist, okay? And that we have to be quiet. No. This is Texas. Not only is the United States, this is Texas. You're not going to tell us we can't speak. Really. You know, we can get you for sexism, man. I had two that were bad like that. Same country they were from. And I knew that this was from that country, but this is a different country you're in. And we don't allow men to tell women you don't get to speak unless we let you speak. Seriously. Man, the nerve. Anyway, but you know what I've been experienced, and here it is. You know, I let it known that I figured it out. I said, from there, I need to know why. Why is my body doing this? And why does my body temperature go so low just all of a sudden? So I'm giving them, you know, I have an impressive IQ. Okay, I don't tell anybody in the school. It's rather impressive. Okay, so I'm very analytical. Back when I took the GRE, graduate record exam, way many years ago, decades ago. In fact, it was 1994. They bragged about my analytical skills, results. You know, they bragged about them. They said it was higher than across all fields, including attorneys and office, you know, all those attorneys and physicians. Those scores of attorneys and physicians. They bragged about it. That was them. I mean, that was them. And they're like, you know, so I have these analytical skills. I need to use them because I have to figure out, this is not my first time to figure out what's going on with me. And they wouldn't. I would tell them how, you know, this is happening to me, this is happening to me. But it was like they don't want to hear that. They don't want to diagnose, is what I've seen. Too many of them. Not all of them. This is not across the board. But the ones I've seen and the ones that do this, they don't want to diagnose. Seriously. You know, they don't want to put their stamp on it, their name on it. You know, John Hancock or whatever. They don't want to do that. Because in case something goes wrong, something's wrong. So I figured this one out myself. And, you know, I had those excruciating aches day after day, sometimes more than one day. One time I did, you know, see how long it lasted. It was an hour and a half. Okay, this I'm talking about some of the worst, not pain, but ache ever. All the way from my gums down to about my waist, the whole body, radiate to fingers, everything. Like I said, it turned out to be what I told them, and then they agreed, hypothermia. 94.4. My body temperature, 94.4. Okay. So why did I have to figure this out? I'd already told one, she was a doctor I saw before. My current one, I like him. He listens. He takes his time. And so far, I like him, okay? Some of them, like I said, they can get some money. Well, I didn't say it, but they make a few visits with me, and then they throw temper tantrums because of the seriousness of my rare health condition. Okay? It's a lot of work for them. It's a lot of trouble. God. Man. Seriously. But I don't think he's going to be this way. I really don't. I like him. He's thorough, too. So let's just hope. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that this one, it continues to be a good one and sends me to the appropriate people. But the main one that I need to see, their first appointment was until the middle of A. This is January. And I made that appointment at the end of December. So, and they didn't have anything sooner, and that's the one he wants me to see. So, anyway. But the things that I'm seeing is that of, that none of them, like I said, so far, this is my experience. Overall, not every one of them. But really, who has made a diagnosis that stuck? And it wasn't well, it could be, it might be, or maybe it's you're doing this. Seriously. Nope, I'm not doing that. So, you see what I'm saying? So anyway, I want to see what they do with this information. I told the appropriate one. Okay, and I told also their, it was one of the, they call me so much. They call me, and like I had one after 6 again today, call me to reschedule, and then Adam is experiencing that too. At least this one called to say that they're not going to be there. Instead of my appointment the day before, I said, well, I haven't heard anything. They usually send a text saying, my appointment tomorrow. They said, oh, well, she had to cancel. She was going on vacation. I'm like, what the crap? That was my first introduction. A couple of years ago, 2023. Oh, and it went on from there. That was the worst. And now they seem to be a lot better. Getting it together a little bit better. But anyway, so like I'm saying, Adam is experiencing some of the things that I have been experiencing for my whole life. The problems that that I've seen. And he's going around saying, I really don't like going to appointments, but I have to deal with it. I have to do it, but I don't like going to them. And there's always something. And then, like I said, he was the one that did the conspiracy thing, theorist thing. They're going to find something. And then that one says, no, that's not true. Like with me, the one that did the EKG. He said, he was shocked. He said, you have absolutely no problem. He did an EKG and what was it? X-rays and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong. He said, I'm surprised, but there's nothing wrong. Well, I have a rare health condition that makes everything else a bit different for me. It is. It really does. So not everything, but a lot of things. So far, every time I turn around, they'll say, wow. But the thing about being anemic, that's one, and that doctor is one of them that I'm playing with their office. I play telephone tag with forever. And then the company, I don't know, their referral service called, and I talked to them, and they said they were gonna and talk to the doctor, and the doctor's office would get back to them, and they had put me on the hold forever, trying for them to reach the doctor and all this stuff, on and on and on. And it's like, I was telling Adam tonight, I was real tired after all that. I hadn't slept great last night, so I took a nap, and I woke up and I said, God, I really, don't want to hear from them. All this stuff with doctors and all this stuff. And the phone rang. It was like I said, after 6 o'clock. It was another one. We're going to have to reschedule that. It was PT. So I was hoping for PT next week, but I'm not. Now it's going to be in February, which I'm fine. They're all, because we're going to have some bad weather. A lot of people in the United States are going to have bad weather starting tomorrow or tonight, depending on where you live. Of course, I'm in Texas. And for us experiencing this kind of bad weather, the cold and all that, I don't think we're expecting any snow. We had snow how many days ago? Last week, let's just put it that way. And we still have snow you can still see snow, like brick walls and stuff behind on one side of where the sun doesn't hit. And even though like today was in the 60s, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, beautiful. But anyway, I'm rambling on. Like I say, I'm gonna just driving around the block. But now I'm driving again. But Adam is experiencing it, and he's like, wow. I mean, I like I said, it's my life. It's been the story of my life, at least my adulthood, but not for him. So now he's experiencing what it's like to not really have privilege. I remember my master's is in sociology, taught at college and university. Yeah, he had a level of privilege that it's not the same for women. It's not. We know this. We're not stupid. A lot of them are, sexist. Like this one's telling me, the one that told me that I could only speak in one-word answers. He would ask me open-ended questions, which require more than a yes, no, maybe. But he told me I could only answer in one-word sentences. Well, he got quite humiliated by me. No, I'm stern. I had every right to tell him what I did. He invited two trainees into the room. I did not. And he told me something like, this was the second time he told me this. Forget anything I've ever heard from any healthcare provider ever. Hello, big major red flag. Adam was with me. It's his doctor. And he told me to forget everything that I've ever heard from any other. And I told him, no, I'm not going to forget what all these other healthcare providers have told me. No. I learned from what they have said. These are specialists, by the way. He's referring to, but he's the know-all, the be-all, the know-all. He knows everything, and they're all wrong, and he's way up on some megalomaniac higher. Put himself way up on that pedestal. And man, I'm telling you, I'm a very mild-mannered person. So it came out in my mild-mannered fashion, but I let him have it. How dare he? How dare he? And he was one of them that hates pharmacists. Pharmacists to me are great. Some of them, not all of them. And they, they tell you when you can't take this medication, you can't take that medication because okay, why are you parking behind me? Really, I'm pulled over and you're going to park right behind me? Wow. You got any brains in there? Hello. Pulled on the side of the road and stopped. You can't get the picture. Should you be driving? Seriously. Wow. But anyway, I'm telling you. Yeah, I think I vented out enough. I use these for venting. Really. So I'm going to wrap it up. Talk to you on another video. Bye.